All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is March 16th. We got ourselves a Thursday, and we only have a few games on today's NBA slate, which is good because we're going to make this video kind of quick. I told you guys last video we are on vacation, but I'm going to try and get the videos out as much as possible, which is what we're doing today. We're coming off a 2-0 night, a nice little mini sweep. We had the Clippers -1.5, cha-ching, that cashes. We had the Heat -3.5, that also cashes. So nice to get back in the green after a rough couple of nights there, but a mini sweep nonetheless. Again, we're going to jump into each and every game here. I'll give you my lean on the spread and a lean on the total, but what I'm actually going to be rolling with, what I'm putting money on, my final plays, those will be in the pinned comment, and I update that throughout the day, so make sure to keep an eye on that, and go ahead and smash that like button and hit that subscribe button as well. We're only a few hundred subscribers away from 20,000, which is absolutely absurd. And you guys hit over 300 likes on yesterday's video. So let's run up the likes, guys. We're starting it off with the Nuggets traveling to Detroit here. Detroit 12.5-point dogs at home, total at 228. You always got to check the injury report for games like this. Detroit, Alec Burks is out. Bojan Bogdanovic out. Isaiah Livers out. Jaden Ivey probable. Marvin Bagley still out. Isaiah Stewart still out. Detroit, whether these guys are hurt or not, they clearly are trying to, I guess, tank and lose basketball games for the most part. Denver, on the other hand, is coming off 4 straight losses, not to the best of competition either. Chicago, San Antonio, Brooklyn, and Toronto. They are not playing the best of basketball. Jamal Murray is on the injury report, but he's listed as probable. I think 12.5 points. The only way I play this game would be with Denver in some sort of a teaser here. I cannot lean towards Detroit, so I'm going to lean Denver 12.5. I don't love it whatsoever. Again, it's probably going to be, if it were to become a final play, it'll be in some sort of a teaser so we can get that line down, but I'm going to lean towards Denver. Don't love it. In terms of a total, though, 228, I do think that this one has the chance of going over here. This Denver defense has not looked good as of late, and we know that this Detroit defense isn't all that great either, so two bad defenses playing as of late, can only add 2 and over here. So I'm going to lean towards Denver and the over, but don't love that game, to be completely honest. Moving on, we got the Raptors taking on the Thunder here. Raptors 5.5-point favorites at home. Total sitting at 231 in this one. These two teams played in mid-November, and OKC won 132-113. They're 5-point underdogs in that game. They absolutely blew it out. In their last 10 here, they're 6-4 against the spread, and the Raptors 5-5 against the spread in their last 10, but they're 3-0 at home, which is totally worth noting here. I do think that, in terms of the pace of play, or if this game gets up-tempo, I think that OKC probably ends up winning this game outright if this game gets flying and playing fast. But if this game is controlled by Toronto, which it most likely is, at least in terms of my lean, is going to be, I am going to lean Toronto here minus the 5.5 points. Now, I would caution anyone taking this because the Toronto team has kind of been like a roller coaster ride, right? They're not covering big spreads. They're beating good teams when they have like a +1. It's a very, very weird Toronto team when it comes to against the spread. And I would say probably the last, month and a half or so. So be weary of that. They're very much up and down right now, but I'm going to lean Toronto just because they're the home team, and I hope that they can kind of control the pace of play here. I'm going to lean Toronto. And then in terms of a total, I'm going to be looking at the over 231. I know that's a very high number, but I do think these teams can score some points here, unless Toronto truly does kill the pace and does everything that I said prior to a T. All right, moving on, we get the Nets taking on the Kings here. Nets 2.5-point favorites. Jeez, I got my pluses and minuses mixed up. Nets 2.5-point favorites at home. Total 237.5. The Kings obviously coming off that win last night against Chicago. They won 117-114. I didn't watch the game, but I'm pretty sure De'Aaron Fox hit a buzzer beater, or a game winner at least, which is cool. Brooklyn coming off of a loss to OKC. They lost 107-121. That was a couple of nights back. No major injury updates for either side here. This Kings team's been playing very good basketball. I know they're on a back-to-back, but I still think this is a good spot for them getting points on the road. We saw that they can do it, getting points yesterday. So I'm going to lean towards the Kings here, plus the points. And then in terms of the total, 237.5, it's just a slight line that is too high for me. So I'm going to lean towards the under. All right, Bucks taking on the Pacers. Bucks 13.5-point favorites, total at 237 right now. These two teams played back in late January, and Milwaukee won 141-131. And then earlier in January, Milwaukee won 132-119. I think those are the only two meetings, at least I have in my notes, this season here. In their last 10, Milwaukee 5-3-2 against the spread. But this Pacers team, 7-3 against the spread in their last 10, 4-2 in their last 6 road games here. They're playing good basketball. However, they have a very, very long injury report. So my lean is going to go as follows. If Well, I'll go through the injury report first. TJ McConnell, Miles Turner, Buddy Hield, Tyrese Halliburton, all questionable in this game. Chris Duarte is out. And then from Milwaukee, Brook Lopez, Dragic, and Grayson Allen are all questionable here. Actually, Grayson Allen is downgraded out. I read that wrong. I'm going to lean towards Indiana if these guys play. I just think it's a hell of a lot of points, and this is a good against the spread team right now. So maybe it's a psycho pick. Maybe it's a psycho alarm worthy if I had the soundboard, right? But I'm leaning Indiana plus the points. It just seems like it's way too much to give right now. And then in terms of the total, 237. I like the under there, just a little bit too high for me. I don't know if that becomes a final play. Keep an eye on the pinned comment. All right, next up, we got the Suns taking on the Magic Suns. 7.5-point favorites at home. Total sitting at 229. This Mavericks team coming off of Magic team coming off of a loss a couple nights ago to San Antonio. They're 7-point favorites. They lost that game 132-114. We were on the wrong side of that. We had the Magic in a teaser. Don't love seeing that. Kevin Durant is out. Torrey Craig is probable in this game. I do think that this is a get-right game for the Suns. I'm going to lean them minus 7.5. I know you guys are going to call me crazy because the Suns team has not been too impressive as of late, but I'm going to lean Suns minus 7.5. And then in terms of the total, 229, I'm looking at the over. And that is all I have for you guys today. I know it's a quicker video, actually probably longer than I thought it was going to be, so that's good. But hopefully you guys do enjoy. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, keep an eye on the pinned comment. We'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.